Wow. Oh, wow. What a game from your New York Knicks against the Denver Nuggets as the Knicks go into Denver and dominate the Nuggets from start to finish. That, my friends, was one of the most impressive offensive showings we'll see. The New York Knicks with an absolutely impressive win in Denver, offensively, setting records, career nights, you name it. You name it. An A-plus performance from your New York Knickerbockers, an offensive masterpiece from them, led by OG Anunoby with a career-high 40 points, 5 rebounds, dominating. Jalen Brunson, 23 and 17 assists, career-high 17 assists for Jalen Brunson tonight. And Karl Anthony Towns with the most quietest 30 and 15 you'll ever see. Let me just fix this. I have Towns 15 assists. It's 15 boards. With the most quietest 15 rebounds you'll ever see. 30 and 15. That, my friends, was one of the most impressive Knicks wins that I've ever seen. This offense was clicking on all cylinders tonight. And boy, oh boy. Tonight was the most impressive Knicks win of the season. After that, I don't even want to talk about what happened last game. I'm not gonna mention it. 45 assists tonight for the New York Knicks. That is a Knicks all-time franchise record. 45 assists from this Knicks team, an all-time franchise record. OG Anunoby with the career night, Brunson with a career night, and this offense was flowing. This offense was moving, flowing. Ball was moving. Unselfish players on this team. Starting five is clicking. And it's led by OG Anunoby, the all-star OG Anunoby, ladies and gentlemen. He is playing so efficiently this year offensively. Quick with his decisions. His post-up game has been impressive this year. OG Anunoby is an all-star. He is an all-star this year. Knicks can very well have 3 all-stars in the Eastern Conference. Brunson, Cat, and OG. Because the way OG Anunoby has been playing offensively, especially this year, he has taken, it seems like last year we saw glimpses, obviously that game versus Indiana in the playoffs, but this season, the way he has been playing offensively, he's unstoppable. And he is unstoppable. And what a freaking player OG Anunoby is. What a freaking player. What a freaking player. Appreciate every single one of you joining me here tonight for another Knicks Nation post-game show. Knicks dominate the Denver Nuggets 145-118. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. We're just getting started on this Knicks Nation post-game. Wow. Wow. Oh, man. Tony, 45 assists tonight. Wow. Yeah, man. CM says 4 All-Stars, Josh Hart. The Nigerian Prince leveled up from Steve Urkel to Steve Urkel in one summer. This Knicks team offensively, guys, can this possibly be one of the Knicks' best offensive teams ever? This Knicks team can very well possibly be that. One of the Knicks' best offensive team of all time. And we still have to get Mikal going in the starting lineup. And we're still putting up these numbers offensively. And it wasn't even the offense was amazing tonight, but defensively, I thought the Knicks started this game with an aggressiveness to them. They played very well defensively throughout this game. First quarter especially, I thought they set the tone in that first quarter. I thought everyone was playing well. Hart was playing extremely well defensively in that first quarter. Brunson was more aggressive tonight defensively. Anunoby was amazing. Cat, again, Karl Anthony Towns owns. Nikola Jokic sent him home last year in the Western Conference Finals. So defensively, this team looked better tonight, which is just an icing on the cake of this great offensive showing. I mean, you drop 145 points in Denver, in high altitude state, off of these guys. Just look at this. This is incredible. OG Anunoby is worth every single penny of that contract, by the way. I don't want to hear anyone ever say that he was an overpay. He is not an overpay. He very well could be an all-star this year. And during these first 17 games, he is an all-star. That's how well he's been playing this year for the Knicks. And you can make a case that offensively, he's been better than his defense this season, even though his defense has been so good. It's just that his offense has just been on another level this year. And this is with the first couple of games this season, offensively, him still trying to find it. But he's been amazing. 38 minutes, 40 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds. Like I said, Cat with the quietest 30-point, 15 rebound affair, 4 assists, 3 steals for Big Cat. And our captain, our leader, Jalen Brunson, bounce back game after the game versus, I'm not going to talk about it. 23 points, 17 assists for Jalen Brunson, career high 17 assists for JB. And look, all season long, his assists have been up, and you knew that he was going to have a big blow-up game coming with his assist numbers, and 17 tonight is just incredible. That's just an incredible showing. And to go along with the franchise record, 45 assists as a team. Look, this team is the potential is so. Look, we got Deuce back. I love getting Deuce back. You saw his impact. I mean, 3 of 6 from 3. Campaign doing what he does. But OG Anunoby's a freaking all-star. Brunson is a stud. Josh Hart is a stud. And Karl Anthony Towns is freaking amazing. And what a performance from your New York Knickerbockers tonight as they blow out the Denver Nuggets. Hit some of these comments. Appreciate you guys in the chat. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Smash the like button as well. Coach Sierra says this team is nice. Yeah, Sierra for 145 points from this New York Knicks team. 36 points in the first, 40 points in the second, 37 in the third, and 32 points in the fourth quarter. And believe it or not, it's been 17 games, and this is the third time that this New York Knicks team has scored 76 points in a half this season. 17 games in. 3 times already this year we scored above 70 points in a half. Offensively, this Knicks team is a problem. They're playing extremely. Tonight was just a glimpse of, obviously what they can become. And defensively, when they lock in, you saw Denver, look, all game long, especially in the first half, it was hard for Denver to initiate anything offensively. And after that Jazz game, after the game I don't want to mention, Knicks were going to come out with a spark tonight. 2 totally different teams, the one in Utah and the one tonight in Denver. But the Knicks, they were pissed off about that game, as they should be. You lost to the Jazz, who are 4-12. You want to come out with a fire. You want to come out with aggression on defense. You want to, be better. Josh Hart was calling out everyone. Tom Thibodeau was saying we need to be better in all facets of the game defensively. And tonight, I thought defensively, even though the offense blew up, even though the Knicks scored 145 points, which they're very, 130 and 140, the Knicks can do that any given night. But even though they scored that many points tonight, I thought defensively they opened up this game with a bang. and they played with aggression. They played with passion, and there weren't any mismatches. I just thought they were giving Denver a lot of issues, and credit to the squad, man. Our best defender, OG Anunoby. OG Anunoby, man, the all-star. Wild Boy says give OG Anunoby $100 million more. Look, prior to the Karl Anthony Towns trade, highest paid Knick of all time, and he's worth every single dollar. Obviously, we know his impact ever since the New York Knicks made that trade, and offensively, he's just taken his game to a whole nother level this year. He's being efficient, and what I love is that we're seeing more post-ups from OG Anunoby this year, and he's getting a lot of mismatches, and he's taking advantage of it. And his three-point shot is pure wet. It's water. I mean, the way he's playing offensively right now, as well as his defense is look, man, one of the best two-way players in the NBA right now. And he's damn sure an all-star. Worth every penny. And OG Anunoby just continues to dominate. And he's been absolutely incredible. And another domination performance from OG Anunoby tonight. And look, you beat Denver, right? The Nuggets, going into Denver, the New York Knicks are like, it's like the same thing with Utah. It's like a house of horrors in Utah. Denver is kind of like the same thing. Knicks, struggle to win in Denver. And tonight, came out strong, came out the gate with, a sense of passion, a sense of energy. And it started with OG Anunoby just quickly dominating this game. And Jalen Brunson, that's where Jalen Brunson can take his game to a next level, being the floor general that he was tonight and just letting the game come to him. And look, for majority part of this season, Brunson has been, awesome in terms of being the floor general for this team. He's had a couple of clunkers, Utah, Atlanta, but for majority part of the season, Brunson has gotten his assist numbers way up, career high in assists tonight. And I think 4 out of the last 5 games that Brunson has scored. Brunson has 10 or more assists. And he's just been the floor general that he, I kind of knew that he can average about 8, 9 to 10 assists a game. And with the guys being surrounded with OG Anunoby playing the way he is, with Cat playing the way he is, Mikal we'll talk about later on in the post game. Josh Hart doing his thing. Brunson can very well average 10 assists. What a freaking game, man. What a game. What a game from you New York Knickerbockers, man. Let's go through this box score again. Look, career high for OG Anunoby, 40 points. Career high for Jalen Brunson in terms of assists, 17. Cat with the most quietest 30 and 12 you can think of. The cutting, the shooting, the passing tonight was on full display. Knicks offensively, look, tonight was a full display of they can be one of the best offensive teams in the NBA. And there's a reason why they're top 3 in efficiency. And it was always the defense, right? And tonight they showed you from start that they can, if they play good defensively, they can. If their offense feeds off of that. That's what Mikal talked about. When the shots are falling, you can. It's easier to play better defense that way because you can get your defense set. Everyone can relax and not be tense, and you saw that tonight. So tonight was one of the most impressive wins that we've seen in a while. And this has a chance to be one of the best Knicks offensive teams of all time. I know it sounds crazy. But look at the numbers the Knicks are putting up this season offensively. And we're not even whole yet. And Mikal Bridges still has to get going offensively. We scored 145 points, and Mikal Bridges really didn't give us anything offensively. Missing a lot of open shots, so, that can even improve, believe it or not. But just an A+ performance from this Knicks team. And Man, oh man. Man, oh man. Creed, what's going on, Creed? Thibs deserves credit. This is the most talent he's ever had around him, and this is his chance to show what kind of coach he truly is. Yeah, man. Wild boy Trey Cat was spending quality time with his son Jokic tonight. Another win against Nikola Jokic, and for the most part, look, the Knicks held Jokic in check, right? For the most part, I know Russell Westbrook. He had 24 points in that fourth quarter, or 23 points in the fourth quarter. But Jokic, 22 points, 7 assists, 7 rebounds, 9 of 20 from the field, 2 of 7 from 3. And Knicks were defensively, they were making it rough on him. They were putting Cat on him. They were putting OG Anunoby on him. They were, just confusing him a lot. And this is a down game from Nikola Jokic because he's the best player in the NBA. And anytime you can get him to score 22 and 7 and 7 and 2 of 7 from 3, you could sign me up for that. But, either or, man, just 60% from the field from the Knicks, 52% from 3. Just look how better, things look when, you're hitting shots and you're playing great defense. 45 rebounds, 45 assists as a team. That is a franchise record again. So many records, a career night for OG Anunoby and Brunson. A record 45 assists from your New York Knicks. That's, it's just an awesome night for this team. And they needed this win considering what happened in Utah. And obviously you would like to build off of this, but now you are on this West Coast trip. You're 2-1 now. And hey, still got an opportunity in Denver, another opportunity in Dallas, another opportunity in Charlotte. So you can, put that Jazz loss behind you. And tonight was just campaign in that first half. I mean, even campaign is joining the party. I mean, these past 3 or 4 games for campaign has been absolutely incredible. 11 points, 5 assists. It's not only the scoring for campaign, it's the assist. And McBride, major part of our defense. And just watching McBride out there, he knows what he's doing. He can box out too. Those little things contribute to, closing out a good defensive possession. Simple box outs, just not getting lost on pick and rolls. McBride is a very smart defensive player, and you saw that tonight. And he made an impact. So happy that he's healthy and back. And he's 3 of 6 from 3. That's the Deuce McBride that we love, right? Jericho, presence down low. Just love what I saw. Josh Hart. Josh Hart, boy, he is such a strong finisher around the rim. 12 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Didn't miss a shot. We'll get to Mikal. I just want to bask in the. I just want to enjoy this because this is amazing, man. This game was absolutely incredible, and we needed this one. For sure. The Knicks truly have a big 3. OG, Brunson, and Cat. That's your foundation right now. Obviously, Mikal needs to get it going offensively, and I'm pretty sure that he will. But this Knicks team, with Deuce, with Precious back, is a hell of a Knicks team. And, a healthy Precious is going to go a long way for our defense. And you saw the impact of a healthy Deuce McBride tonight can bring you. And, you played really well defensively. I know you gave up 118 to Denver. I know defensively that's not kind of where you want to be, but it's the new NBA. People score. But that fourth quarter, Knicks took their foot off the gas. They let Russell Westbrook run amok, and they could have easily held them to under 100 if they really wanted to tonight, because I thought that's how better they were defensively. And look, offensively, one of the best Knicks games offensively that we're going to see. 145 in regulation for this Knicks team. I think Mike Breen, what's the quote from Mike Breen? Let me pull up the quote from Mike Breen. I love the quote from Mike. Mike Breen said, one of the most impressive offensive performances in franchise history. That is from Mike Breen on the broadcast. Impressive, man. Impressive victory. Stanley. What's going on, Stanley? Appreciate you in the chat. Bridges needs to be a DNP for a few games so Daddier or something else can start like Deuce McBride. Tony says Bridges minutes needs to come down for real. He leads the team in minutes played. Stanley says Mikal needs to play some D. He was crap on both sides of the ball. Do we want to get to Mikal yet? I kind of want to talk about everything else, because that's the beauty of this Knicks team right now is everyone else is playing so well and not getting lost in the mix. But, I know you guys are pointing it out in the chat, and I see it. Obviously, we all see it. Mikal's shot is not where it needs to be. He's struggling right now offensively. And a lot of his misses tonight they were wide open, right, for Mikal Bridges. 2 of 8 from 3, 6 of 16 from the field. But I love this right here, right? 6 assists from Mikal, 2 boards. It's not getting to the free throw line. Plus 18. Obviously, but 14 points. Look, players go through this. NBA players go through these slumps. And Mikal's in a slump. Mikal's in a slump right now. And pretty much all season, he's been in a slump. He's had some good games, obviously, versus Brooklyn. 22 points, game-sealing block. But that's the beauty of this Knicks team. You score 145 points. You get offensive contributions from Cat, Brunson, Hart, Anunoby. Your bench finally, they did McBride 13 points. Campaign keeps doing his thing. But Mikal is just missing shots, guys. And defensively, the thing about Mikal, the offense will come, right? I know the offense will come. Defensively, he got turned around a lot tonight on pick and rolls. He's still looking lost. I just think it's a confidence thing with him. The Knicks have to get it together. They have to come together as a group and just, get his morale up, get his confidence up. But, when you have such great games like you did tonight, like Mikal, I'm not really worried about him. I think my worryometer would be maybe a 5 out of 10 or 4 out of 10 because it's been 17 games. But, it's the defense. I'm not worried about the offense for Mikal. It's always been the defense this year, which has been, he's struggled with it this year. But I kind of didn't want to talk about Mikal yet. So, but yeah, man, just all around great offensive performance from this team. I mean, the Knicks have won 7 in their last 10 games, and OG Anunoby has averaged 22 points per game on 67% true shooting, 6 rebounds, and 1.5 steals per game in that span. All-star OG Anunoby. He's coming. He is coming. 17 for Brunson. Cat, man. I love Karl-Anthony Towns, obviously. Look, anytime you're a big man, he's been awesome all season long, but 30 points tonight, 15 boards, 4 assists, 3 steals. Good defense on Jokic, 12 of 15 from the field for Cat. And look, everyone just seemed like they had I don't know what was in the water in Utah. I don't know what the guys ate. Maybe they had a bad dinner. Maybe they had a bad lunch. But everyone was off that game. And then fast forward to tonight, it's just an A+ game. And Cat and Brunson, the duo, has just been dominating all season long. And it's not even been them two. It's not even a duo anymore. It's the trio. And you got to talk about OG, Cat, and Brunson. It's the trio. That is our big three right there. OG Anunoby, Karl-Anthony Towns, and Jalen Brunson. And then, obviously Josh Hart is just an amazing player for what we ask from him. But that is our big three. Anunoby, Cat, and Jalen Brunson. And those three combined for, let me just do the quick math really quick, 93 points tonight from those three. 93 points, 23 rebounds from all three of them, and 26 assists out of all of them. That's impressive, man. That's impressive. That is impressive. Mike, what's going on? Another big Knicks victory after, don't want to talk about what happened in Utah, but we look like we came for business tonight. You see my guy out there with a 40-piece wing dinner with biscuits. I'm telling you, he got it in him. Baby Kwai, amazing tonight. Then Mike says OG Anunoby is an all-star. Baby Kwai Leonard, man. Look, there's not enough. I could talk about OG Anunoby for hours. Like, he's just like every team needs an OG Anunoby. Like, he is just a winning type of player. Like, both sides of the floor, elite defender, guard 1 through 5, and now he's showing you. The thing I love about OG Anunoby, right? He got his bag this summer. He got paid. Got over $200 million. And he's coming out this season still on a mission. Even though he got paid. Even though he got his money. He's still out there to prove people that he is worth every single dollar of that contract. And I love that about, players that, get paid. And even after they get paid, how some players just like, all right, I got paid. I'm going to chill out now, OG got paid. Brunson got paid. Obviously, Cat's making big money. But, OG just has, he's such like a quiet, humble guy. Obviously, he's funny, but he's awesome, man. It's not enough good things I can say about that, man. Shout out to OG. Shout out to OG. Stanley says Knicks need to beat Dallas and Charlotte for a successful road trip. Yeah, look, 4-1, 3-2. I won't hate 3-2, but 4-1. Obviously, Dallas is another tough place to play. Look, it's a tough road trip, but you're 2-1 now, and another winnable game in Dallas. They're without Luka. Take care of business, right? Take care of business, then go to Charlotte, close it out, and then you come home after that, and we just go from there. Chris Goodwin, great win. Makes you wonder how they lose in Utah. OG has been quietly loud. He has been the most consistent Knick. We should have beaten Atlanta, Houston, Indiana, and Utah. What's going on, Chris? Yeah, look, woulda, coulda, shoulda, right? I mean, there's a lot of Knicks losses this year that we could have won in, but we took care of business tonight, and OG Anunoby has quietly been one of the Knicks' best player this season. And I mean, if you're polling 10 people, maybe 9 of them are going to say OG Anunoby has been the Knicks' best player this season, and that's not even a slight at Brunson or Cat. It's just the pure dominance that OG Anunoby has displayed. And what I love is that, like, I go back to the games early on in the season. I go back to the Cleveland game, right, where the Knicks, OG Anunoby clearly had a mismatch in that game, and the Knicks just weren't getting him involved. They were still trying to find their offense. But fast forward to today, they're finding him. They're trusting him. They're using him in a lot of post-up sets. And that's one wrinkle where Anunoby has improved, is his post-up game. He's using that, what is he, 250? 260. He's using his body, and he's no one can guard him. Like, no one can guard this man in the post, and he's improved. Step back has improved. 3-point shot has improved. Mid range has improved. That's why people call him Baby Kwai, because he literally is like a clone of him when Kawhi Leonard early on in his career. Defense, offense, mid-range, the whole nine. The whole nine. Stanley, yeah. Career high 17 assists for JB. Absolutely incredible game. And look, 17 assists, and you had to set a team record with 45 team assists. And if you're looking at these games, right? I mean, the Knicks this season, they've had multiple games with 30-plus assists. I kind of want to tally up all their assists and see where that ranks in the NBA, because in their wins, they've been sharing the ball. They've been unselfish, and everyone just knows their role in this offense. And Mikal is not the last person to kind of figure it out, but I think it will happen. Look, some guys it takes 5 games, some guys it takes 10 games, but I know it hasn't looked good with Mikal, but he will figure it out. Defensively, he has to get better, but I thought tonight the 6 assists for Mikal, look, they're finding him, right? A lot of corner threes. He's just missing them tonight. He just missed them, 2 of 8. But he will find it. Hopefully, he will get it together. But right now, it's just the way the big three has been playing, and Josh Hart. It can kind of buy Mikal Bridges some time to get it together offensively and get it together defensively. But that's not to say that we're not going to need him. Look, Mikal Bridges is still a huge part of what we're trying to do, especially on the defensive end. And I'm hoping that, that just improves from here on out. But we just have to wait and see. But yeah, pure domination from this team. The assist, the 145, man. Yo, Alpha, OG All-Star? Yeah. The Knicks have a chance to have 3 All-Stars on the All-Star team this year. OG, Cat, and Jalen Brunson. Cat is going to make it, and if OG Anunoby continues to play like this, he's definitely going to make it. For sure. For sure. And coming into the season, we did a Knicks player preview on OG Anunoby, and my bold prediction was I really think he can be an All-Star this year. I really do think he can be an All-Star. You surround him with, Bridges now. Karl-Anthony Towns has kind of opened up the floor a lot for OG Anunoby, and it's benefited OG Anunoby more than it has Bridges, and Bridges will get it together hopefully. But, I mean, did anyone see this offensive explosion from OG Anunoby this year? I mean, obviously he showed glimpses last year. I go back to that Indiana game where he got hurt, game 2, where he was dominant. And I keep going back to that game. But this year he's showing you he's doing it on a more consistent basis. And it's all-star him. All-star him. Latoria, OG. Them on the road chants hit differently. OG. Look, Knicks fans travel. Love Knicks fans. We everywhere. We out here, man. OG Anunoby chants in Denver. Chanting OG. Every time Deuce touches the ball, you're hearing Deuce. I need a Deuce drop, by the way. But, yeah. This Rover says sometime this season will be nice for Mikal. It would. It would. These offensive explosions, I want to see them from Mikal coming up. And I look, Mikal has shown you he can drop 40 in a game. He's done it with Brooklyn. Obviously he was the main focal point in Brooklyn. He was the guy in Brooklyn. But look, he's the last one in the starting 5 to get his stuff together. And look, coming into the season, we thought that was going to be Josh Hart. But 17 games in, the Knicks are 10-7. They're 3 games over 500. Still trying to find their defensive identity. Still trying to get healthy. So that's kind of buying Mikal Bridges some time. And, I'm just hoping that he can get it together. Tony did the research. We 7 in the league in a team assist with 486. Look at that, Tony, doing the research. Appreciate you for doing that research. So we're 7th in the league. I would have thought we would at least be top 5 or top 3 because the Knicks have, obviously 40-plus tonight, franchise record, 30-plus in multiple games this year. So I would have thought that number would have been higher, but appreciate you for doing that research on the spot. Mike says, I definitely did. I knew my boy had it in him. Just got to keep it going. Yeah, man. OG is an absolutely incredible player. And like I said earlier, he got his bag. He got paid. And he is just continuing to want to get better. And he wants to win a championship. And you just love his demeanor. You just love it. All these guys, Brunson too, just continuing to grow, being more of a floor general this year. You want to see that more consistently, and he has been showing that. Cat has been incredible, incredible. So our big three GOATs in NYC, and I hope we got enough honey to pour over them. Oh, man. This rover, 3 GOATs in NYC, and I hope we got enough honey to pour over them. Chris Goodwin says, this season has been wonky because we can blow the doors off of you, and the next night you can blow the doors off of us. Very odd season so far. Yeah, look, the Knicks are still trying to find their identity, and they're starting to get more consistent on the offensive end. That's exactly what you want to see. And you just want to see consistency out this team. And look, but yeah, it's like wonky, right? I mean, going through. Let me just. Where'd my share screen go? I'm trying to share my screen with you guys. I don't know where it went. But yeah, it's been a wonky season. I'm trying to pull up the schedule. Give me a second, really quick. I don't know where my share screen went. That's a shame. But yeah, it's been a wonky season. Let me just, yeah, there we go. But I hear what you're saying, man, because obviously that Jazz game it sucked, right? But if you look at the schedule, look, over our last 7 games, right? 8 games, Philly game, great win. Obviously, we had that winning streak in Madison Square Garden. Start this road trip with a win in Phoenix. Utah game was kind of like an outlier trap game, right? No excuses, though. It was a terrible game. The guys bounced back, though. That's all you want to see. Adversity. They knew they couldn't come out in Denver and give the same effort that they did in Utah, and they didn't. They played extremely well, defensively and offensively. But yeah, you want to see them be consistent, and they have been, right? We've now won 5 out of our last 6, 7 out of our last, or 6 out of our last 7, if I did the math correctly. 6 out of our last 8, excuse me. So, and then you end this road trip with Dallas, no Luka, take care of business, still a tough place to play, and at Charlotte. Black Friday game, 12 p.m. And then you come home for some winnable games. And then the schedule in December into January, I don't know if you guys looked, but it's not too shabby for this Knicks team. The schedule starts to lighten up for this Knicks team. So just be consistent. Get Precious Achiuwa back. It's been like 5 or 6 weeks now since he got hurt. So just wondering what's going on with that. They're saying that he did practice. He's doing pretty much everything. Those are the words from Tom Thibodeau. And hopefully that we can get him back soon, because he's another valuable piece to us, especially on defense. Tony says, shout out to Jalen Brunson for having to play a bigger role, not as a scorer, but running the floor. What a captain. And this is how you win a championship, by not being selfish. Yeah. And Brunson is always going, look, come playoff time, you can count on Brunson for the big bucket. You can count on Cat for the big bucket. But what you're seeing this year is a kind of like a different player for the majority part of the season, in terms of, his assist numbers have been up. I'll do the math later on, but he's just he's just growing, right? This is a new offense, new players, new personnel on this team. So 17 games in, I love what I'm seeing from JB, and just more of the same from him. But yeah, great win. Most impressive win we've seen in a while. Offensive masterpiece from this Knicks team. 45 assists, Knicks all-time franchise record. Just absolutely incredible. Now we hope this carries over to Dallas, because that's going to be another tough game. But offensively, this Knicks team is clicking on all cylinders. And, a couple of notes that I wrote down, just going through my notes. So we saw a 3-guard lineup. It was Brunson, Deuce, and Campaign. And then the front court was Anunoby and Sim. So Dibs went to Brunson, Deuce, and Campaign as a 3-guard lineup in that first half, and it was working. I like I like that Deuce. Obviously, Deuce and Payne bring a fast pace to this offense, and you have Brunson kind of, lingering, and just I just love the way that lineup looked. Anunoby 12 first quarter points, Brunson 12 first quarter points. I wrote down Cat had 21 and 7 in the first half. It's an insane game, man. Insane game. 17 games in. This is the third time the Knicks have scored 76 points and a half. Guys, this has a chance, truly has a chance to be one of the Knicks' best offensive teams that we've seen of all time. Of all time. And tonight, defensively, they played extremely well, I thought. I'm calling it Precious comes back Wednesday night versus the Mavs. I hope, because he's on the brink of coming back. And once we get him back, then we can start to kind of form our identity, especially defensively. Then you can probably see lineups of Cat and Precious on the floor at the same time. Kind of help out Cat defensively with Deuce. Kind of have like your defensive lineup with Precious and Deuce and Anunoby. I mean, the thing about Precious is he's such a good rim protector, right? A lot of the games last season, 5, 6, 4 blocks a game, and he's been missing, and he's on the brink of returning. But it was good to see Deuce out there. Good to see him back out there. Good to see him look healthy, because prior to when he got out, he didn't look healthy at all. But good to see him healthy. Great win for the squad. We are now 10-7, on to Denver. Shout out to Anunoby. Shout out to Brunson. Appreciate you in the chat rocking with me until the wee hours of the morning, 12:18 a.m. on this Tuesday morning. Appreciate every single one of you. We don't have another 10 p.m. game until March. So, yeah, great win. Do you think Mikal coming off the bench for a few games will help him? I think the optics of that will be bad. I don't think you trade 5 first-round picks for someone coming off the bench, but I don't think it will help him. I don't, because look, he's leading. I think he's top 3 in the NBA in minutes. I think I saw a stat that he's leading the NBA in miles or something like that. Like, they track everything. But I don't think that'll help him, because the Knicks play him with the bench unit a lot anyways. But look, he has to be better. Mikal Bridges has to be better, and he is always going to have that trade package attached to him. If he has a bad night, you're always going to see that the people come out. We traded so many picks for him. He needs to be better, and he it's a fact. He needs to be better. But like I said earlier, I'm worried more about the defense than the offense. I know the offense will come. His shot is, it's hit a rough patch right now. He's missing open shots, and these shots are great shots. I think he needs to live in the mid-range more, because those shots are so money for him. And defensively, I saw Denver try to attack him a lot, pick and rolls with Mikal. They try to get Mikal off switches, and there was one play in particular where Mikal was being guarded. Mikal was guarded by what's his name? I think it was in the third quarter. And Mikal just got turned around, and Cat saved him with a deflection. And then that led to an Anunoby fast break dunk. But it was Christian Braun took Mikal off the dribble tonight, spun Mikal around, and I was like, damn. So Mikal is off balance, defensively and offensively. Mikal is just off balance. And he needs to be better. Bottom line, like I said, if the Knicks want to go far, he needs to, and especially in the playoffs, he needs to provide us defense, and he needs to hit his open shots. Because like I said, tonight, majority of his shots were open. Like he's open. He's just not hitting them. And it's frustrating, and I think that's carrying over to his defense. So, Knicks gave up a lot for Mikal Bridges, so, he needs to be better, but the beauty of it is that Anunoby and everyone else in the starting five has seemed to, get it together, and they're playing extremely well. That, like I said, is kind of masking Bridges' play, but we notice it. Someone get the brother new sneakers or something. Oh, man. Regardless of his shooting this year, why did we have to trade 5 first-round picks for him? I don't get that. That's the price of doing business with the Brooklyn Nets. You wanted Mikal. You wanted to pair him with his Villanova guys. Obviously, the Knicks just weren't working. It wasn't in their, they didn't have the leverage. Brooklyn had the leverage. So, Knicks really wanted Mikal, and he's going to sign an extension next year, a team-friendly extension, hopefully. Or, if something else happens, you never know. But I'm just, Mikal, did we give up a lot? Did we give him more than we wanted to? Yes, but I still do think it's going to be worth it. It just hasn't looked good to start this season. But, hey, 17 games. It's kind of, 20% of the season, right? So, hopefully he can get better in these next games, and hopefully we can just hope for the best. But appreciate every single one of you. I'm going to head off this. I'll be back doing another postgame versus the Dallas Mavericks coming up. Oh, so Discord. I'm implementing a live call-in. So if you guys want to hop in the Discord, the link is in the bio. You guys can go in the Discord and call into the postgame show, and I can take you guys calls, and we can just banter back and forth. So you go into the Discord, you go to where it says post-game talk, and then you just wait until I let you in until I'm taking calls, and we just go from there. So I'm trying to implement more ways to get you guys involved, try to implement the calling system, and try to get that up and running as well. And if you wanted to become a member of the Knicks Nation channel, you can actually join me on the live stream with your video and whatnot. So, that's a cool little feature for becoming a member. But Nostalgic, what's going on, man? Just wrapping up this post-game. Appreciate you in the chat. All right, guys. I'm Anthony. Big Knicks win. See ya next game. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.